Iraq program, HelpAge International. HelpAge has been operational in northern Iraq, in the Kurdish areas, since 1997. If I can show you just an example of the sort of people we work with and the sort of work that we do. Here we have Ismail. He's age 62, lives in Badawa, that is one of the most deprived areas in Erbil, in the regional capital. His grandson needed eye operation. He also suffers from asthma, and now he receives regular treatment for his condition. Application of rights-based approach. How have we applied a rights-based approach? First of all, addressing the needs on community level. Not only just telling people what rights are, but actually we've created a model and using that to alert the various local authorities or local NGOs. Participation, all the relevant and all the concerned is involved from the outset. Building the technical capacities. It is important that we try to create mechanisms by which that these rights are protected. What happens after HelpAge? Well, how do we actually make that happening? In our experience, especially in the context of Iraq, we found it extremely useful to focus on social rights rather than civil and political rights. Instead of making big noises about human rights and civil and political rights, it was a lot easier to actually just get on with implement something rather than just talk about avoid shaming and blaming approach. Some of the local partners, some of the local NGOs that we work with, we know that they are not fully developed. We know that perhaps some of them may have their own even political agenda, possibly supported by one of the political parties or the other. That didn't stop us from working with them, because if we stopped working with them, then there will be no chance of influencing them. The more we involve, the more we engage with people like that, the more chances we have to influence them, to encourage them to change and seek change. Challenge that we faced. Iraq, obviously, security is the biggest challenge, as you may all know. Lack of understanding and appreciation of the occupying authorities of such approach. I mean, the US authorities, they really didn't have a clue what are we talking about. And it was almost impossible to get any coordination going. Lack of knowledge and experience of legal context by the majority of the aid agencies. Equally, we had other aid agencies. They really did not have much grasp of the legal context in Iraq. What does it mean, the occupation? Who's actually in charge here? Who is legally responsible here to provide protection to the vulnerable, to all these legal issues where we did come across a lot of agencies really did not have a very good grasp of that. And that obviously posed a challenge to us, because we had difficulty in explaining ourselves to us and getting everybody else on board and engage with everybody else. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you.